Hello everyone, this is an update on my SKS Industries debacle. I always order, if you look at the previous video on SKS, I always order my lotion bottles and my body butter jars from them. And I always buy the kits. It's like a kit of 24 lids and 24 jars. And right under it, it said buy in bulk. And I thought, well, gosh, I'm selling this body butter hand over fist. I'm just going through it like crazy because it's so awesome. So I thought, well, maybe I should buy in bulk. And so they had a listing for 198 jars. And so I bought it. Well, if you saw the video, when I opened it, all I got was the jars. I didn't get any lids. And, you know, it was on the page with the kit, and the kit came with lids. So I assumed that the jars came with the lids, but they didn't. It was buying jars only. And then you had to notice this little teeny tiny button that said, I think, other options or something of that sort. And so I didn't notice it, and if you clicked on it, then it gave you all the options, but it was super tiny right beside the price. And I didn't notice it, so I ended up not getting my lids, and so I had to order my lids then the next day. And what I paid, wouldn't you know, is this, oh, here we go. I had to pay another $8.64 for my lids, and I had to buy 3 sets of them. And what's really depressing about that is because you had to buy those in 72, lots of 72, and none of that would add up to 198. So I had to order more lids than I had jars, and there was nothing they could do about it. Even though they break them down for the kits, they won't break them down for their bulk items. So if you order 100, the only size they had was 198, but you can't buy 198 lids. And I think we should all complain about that. I think we should all call SKS bottles and complain about the fact that you can't order the same amount of lids as you do jars when you buy in bulk. So I had to buy, I think it was 20-something, 18 to 20-something lids more than I needed. And their opinion of that was, well, just put them on the shelf and they'll stack up, and eventually you won't have to buy lids. And I will have to buy 198 jars 4 times before I'll have enough. I did figure that out. Before I'll have enough to not have to order one of the 72 jar packs. And that's going to be a lot of issue of storing those jars and keeping them jar lids and keeping them sanitary. Then what's even worse is I had to pay $17.98, and this is so light. And they even put it in, this box is way taller than what they needed. And I just have a real hard time believing that it costed $17.98, and this is just so light. I mean, I don't ship anything this big, so I might be wrong. But anyway, but what's even worse about it, and what really upsets me the most, is the gentleman that I talked to, he told me that they would send it 2-day delivery for free for the inconvenience, so that I would get them on Saturday. And today is Tuesday, and they just came. And so I contacted him. I left him messages because when I got my tracking number, it said Tuesday. And so I contacted him by email and by phone, and he refused to answer any of my questions or my messages. I was just abandoned. And they did not send it second day for free. I received no compensation for this situation. This is the lids that I got. These are not as nice as the lids that I normally get, but the lids that I normally get, you know, I was already having to pay $17 more, and I try to keep your price down on my website. If you go to my website, my prices are always very, very low, I think, compared to otherwise, but I try to buy in bulk, and I try to keep my prices down. So to keep my prices down, I had to buy a lower grade lid. I mean, not to say that this lid is bad. I'm sure it's quite good. Let me go get a jar and see how it fits. This is the jar and the lid that I normally get. It's nice dome shaped. It has a little foam insert, and it fits like that. It feels really nice for the hand. And this is what I got. And it's, I mean, it looks okay. It doesn't feel as pliable or as pleasant, but it's nice. But it doesn't have the heat protective insert. And when I called him, I talked to him about that, and I thought he said that it did have it. There's a little styrofoam heat sensitive thing there that keeps the product from melting and is easy in the heat from shipping or being out, you know, at the farmer's market. And so, and these are double wall. There's an air barrier, and that up to 80 degrees outside, and they don't budge. But once you get past 80, it still takes a couple hours or so outside before it starts melting on the inside. So we'll have to see how these hold up. But I had to cut the cost on those because of adding the extra almost $20 shipping so that I could keep your price down on the product that goes on the inside. So I think that everybody should call SKS Bottles and complain, because, you know, if you buy 198 jars, you should be able to buy 198 lids in bulk. I mean, I could see a lid or two extra in case there's a mistake or a lid is damaged, but to have to buy almost 20 or around 20 extra is just not right, in my opinion. But overall, I've been satisfied with SKS's products. And if I had have ordered these at the same time, I don't know if there would have been extra shipping. I don't think there would, because there would have been plenty room for these inside the box with the kits on my lotion bottles. There was plenty of room for these in there, and so I don't think I would have had to have paid that $17.98 for the shipping. So for these 3 sets of lids, I had to pay $43.90. So anyway, that's just how it happened, what happened to me, and I wanted to share it with you. And I want to make sure that if you order in bulk, that you know that if you order a bottle or a jar or anything in bulk, you do not get lids. You have to order those separately so that you don't have this debacle occur to you. So, alrighty, so please subscribe, please hit the like button, please share. This should be shared on Facebook, so because everybody should know about, you know, the fact that you don't get jars or you don't get lids when you order in bulk, and everything. So, and you have a wonderful day or night, whatever the case might be. Bye, YouTube. Alright, this is the soap all stacked up. If you would like to purchase some, I have a Ipsy website and I have a personal website, and I'll have a link in the description, and you can purchase some soap from me. I do international and Canada and Mexico and the United States.